These are some of the newest and most controversial Bigfoot captures to ever surface. The photos were taken by a trail camera deep within the forests of New York and released to the public on March 22, 2025. While the state isn't exactly known for Bigfoot sightings, a few credible encounters have emerged over the years, and this one might be the most unsettling of them all. The camera reportedly snapped a burst of 3 images in rapid succession. The first photo shows the creature from the side, mid-motion, as if it was turning to leave. This shot offers the only glimpse of its face. When zoomed in, the skin looks oddly bare, no fur, just smooth flesh stretched over a large skull. Its eyes are dark, sunken, almost hollow. A broad forehead and defined jawline give it a disturbingly human-like quality. Yet everything below the neck is cloaked in thick, matted hair, lighter in color than what's usually described in Bigfoot reports. In the second image, the figure has shifted direction, appearing to move away. You can see the definition of its body now. Powerful shoulders, a bulging tricep, even the outline of muscles beneath the fur. Experts have noted that such visible muscle tone through hair could suggest it's a living, breathing organism, not a costume. Then comes the third photo, the most haunting of the set. The creature has fully turned around, retreating into the brush. The faint motion blur, the posture, everything about it feels real, almost too real. Still, skeptics argue it's another elaborate hoax. A man in a suit, clever lighting, nothing more. But for those who've studied these woods, for those who've heard things out there, these images stir something primal. Could this be genuine proof hiding in plain sight? Or just another trick of shadow and imagination? Tell me, what do you see in these New York photos? Let's take a look at a short video that has everyone on the internet spooked. The clip has no sound, which only makes it even creepier. According to the story, a family was being terrorized by some kind of alien being. When strange things started happening, the man of the house decided to record it. And that's when the creature appeared. In the video, you can see a pale, alien-like creature peeking through the sliding glass door from outside. It just stands there, staring at the man with huge, dark eyes. Its head is large and round, and its body is thin. But what's even more unsettling is its size. It's only about 3 feet tall, reaching just up to the door handle. Even though there's not much background information to confirm if the footage is real, many believe it is. Either way, this eerie clip is enough to send chills down anyone's spine. What do you think? Could this be an actual encounter with an alien?
Did you see that?
Did you see that? A man in Tennessee shared this footage of what he believes is a Sasquatch.
Did you see that?
Look at that arm span. Watch when he grabs the other tree.
I'm afraid.
Look at the arms.
Oh my God.
That is not a human.
Oh my God.
Look at the arms on it. Just look at how long they are. I think I've covered a clip like this before, but this one seems to be from a slightly different angle. Still, those arms are incredibly long, and the figure has a pale, almost white face. It's eerie. People in the comments are pointing out the same thing. One comment says, "I've just accepted that Bigfoot is always blurry. It's not the cameras. It's Bigfoot." It's funny, but also kind of creepy. Like, no matter how good the camera is, Bigfoot always seems to stay out of focus, even in real life. This is one of the newest and eeriest Bigfoot clips to surface online, and barely 1,000 people have laid eyes on it. The footage, said to come from deep within a remote forest in Washington state, first appeared on October 17, 2025. A lone hiker was exploring that morning, his breath visible in the cold fog that blanketed the woods. Every sound felt dampened. His footsteps, the distant creak of trees, as if the forest itself was holding its breath. Then, through the haze, he noticed movement. He raised his camera, trembling slightly, and caught sight of a massive dark silhouette gliding between the fog-drenched trees. It stood upright, impossibly tall, and it moved with an unnatural rhythm, each step stiff, its legs kicking outward in a peculiar motion. The creature seemed unaware of him, drifting slowly deeper into the mist until it finally vanished, swallowed whole by the white veil. Some viewers believed the fog was its shield, a cloak of safety that made it feel unseen. But maybe, on this day, it misjudged how close it truly was to another living soul. Fog changes everything about the wilderness. It reshapes the world, dulling sound, bending light, muting color. The forest becomes unfamiliar, alien. Shadows merge into one another, and shapes that should make sense don't. A massive creature could walk only yards away, and you'd never know until it wanted you to. Sound travels differently too. The air grows thick, swallowing noise until even the crunch of twigs disappears. By the time you hear movement, it's already too close. Washington has always been a hotspot for Bigfoot encounters, whispers of something ancient still lurking in its endless woods. So what did that hiker really capture? Was it a trick of the fog, or something far older, still stalking those mist-covered trails? Tell me, what do you think was hiding in that forest? This is one of my favorite Bigfoot sightings, captured by the YouTube channel All Outdoor TV. It's one of my top picks because it looks so real and is very different from most other encounters. This camera was originally set up to monitor an eagle's nest. But on this particular day, it recorded something unexpected, what appears to be a Sasquatch walking on the forest floor below. The video zooms in for a closer look, and you can see the creature's distinct features. It has the build of a classic Bigfoot. Its fur is dark, and it walks with human-like strides. You can clearly see its broad shoulders, dome-shaped head, and wide frame. What makes this even more convincing is how effortlessly it moves down a steep slope, leaping and maneuvering in a way that seems almost impossible for a human. What's even more interesting is that the camera wasn't there to look for Bigfoot. It was meant to film the eagles. So it seems like this time, Bigfoot stumbled upon them. Could this be proof of the elusive creature? What do you think? Here's another piece of chilling photographic evidence that's been stirring up the internet lately. One of the clearest and most mysterious captures to date. The image reportedly comes from a remote, dimly lit stretch of forest, though no one seems to know exactly where it was taken. In the photo, a massive, ape-like creature stands between the trees, tall, broad, and unnervingly human in shape. Thick hair covers most of its body, except for its midsection, where patches of bare skin and a protruding stomach are visible. Its muscles are defined, its stance heavy and grounded. When you zoom in, the texture of its skin, the shape of its limbs, even the way light reflects off its body, all suggest this isn't a costume. It looks alive. For decades, the legend of Bigfoot has thrived on shaky footage, distant silhouettes, an endless debate. Most so-called evidence has been too blurry, too incomplete to convince anyone beyond the true believers. But this photo feels different, sharper, clearer, unsettlingly detailed. If authentic, it could rewrite everything we think we know about these creatures. Proof not of myth, but of flesh and blood. Still, the origins of the photo remain cloaked in secrecy. No names, no coordinates. Just this haunting image of something watching from the darkness. Too real to ignore, too strange to explain. Could this be the evidence the world's been waiting for, or just another trick of the shadows? A strange and creepy video was recently released showing what seems to be a mutated goat. Take a look. At first you might think it's fake or edited, but I can assure you this is completely real. The goat in the video has a rare condition called cyclopia. It's an extremely uncommon disorder. Cyclopia can vary in how severe it is. In milder cases, the animal or person still has two eyes, but they're positioned very close together. In more severe cases, like this one, the affected animal has only one large eye. Cyclopia doesn't just affect animals. It can also happen to humans. Sadly, when a human baby is born with this condition, it's always fatal. The longest a baby with cyclopia has lived is just 1 day. It's a very sad and frightening condition, so I won't be showing any pictures of human cases here. This poor goat in the video likely won't live very long either due to the condition. Cyclopia happens because of serious brain issues while the mother is pregnant, though scientists aren't exactly sure what causes it. It's truly a tragic condition. Now take a look at another baby goat that also has full cyclopia. Just like the Cyclops monsters from the movies. It turns out they really do exist, but not in the way we'd imagine. This new Bigfoot photo was just shared on August 26, 2024. The only information we have is that it was taken by a man named Leo A. Frank. There aren't many details, but the photo itself is pretty intriguing. It shows a large, ape-like creature. It looks a bit like a gorilla, but something about its face and body seems unusual. In the picture, the creature's eyes are wide open, and its nose and mouth look strange. Even though the image is blurry, you can still see that its face seems more human-like than a typical animal. Here, it's compared to a gorilla, and you can tell there's a difference. It's also believed that the photo was taken in the US, which makes the gorilla idea unlikely since gorillas don't live in the wild here. Since this picture is so new and clear, I wanted to show it to you and hear your thoughts. Do you think this camera actually caught a real Bigfoot? Let me know what you think in the comments below. This terrifying close encounter will make your heart race. It happened to a man named Wes Marcia. Wes and his friend were out hunting, something they really enjoyed. They were sitting about 15 feet up in the air in their hunting blind, thinking it was the perfect spot. But little did they know, they were about to become the hunted. In the blink of an eye, what started as a normal hunting trip turned into something frightening. Two black bears suddenly ran toward the tree and began climbing it. One of the bears got so close only a few feet away from them. Luckily, the bear was just curious and didn't harm them. Even though the guys are laughing in the video, You can tell they were scared. After a while, the bear climbed back down, leaving both the hunters and itself unharmed. But it makes you wonder, how did that bear climb the tree so fast? These animals are truly wild. This is a very strange and unsettling video from Scotland. A woman set up a camera near a river to film a group of otters that had been spotted in the area. She spent a lot of time recording, moving the camera to different spots, hoping to catch them on film. But in this particular clip, something eerie happened that she didn't expect. Instead of otters, she noticed something unusual. Shadowy figures appearing in the trees on the left side of the video. They're faint, but if you look closely, you can see them. When the footage is sped up, it becomes easier to notice because the figures move so slowly. Throughout the video, 3 different apparitions show up. The first is a woman in a white dress, and you can even see her arms move, as if she's holding something. The second figure is smaller, greenish in color, and just seems to be walking by. The last apparition is similar to the first woman, but it looks like she's holding a bow and arrow or something in her left hand. Because the apparitions are so faint and distant, it's hard to say what they really are, but it's clear something paranormal is happening. What makes this even more convincing is that the woman wasn't looking for anything supernatural. She was just trying to film some otters. She never expected to capture something like this on camera. This next encounter is one of the more chilling ones ever shared, and it comes straight from the Travel Channel. A man contacted the network with a piece of footage he believed proved what had been haunting his property for months. They invited him to tell his story, and what he described still leaves viewers uneasy. The footage itself is distant and dimly lit, filmed from the safety of his backyard. Yet, even in the grainy shadows, something unmistakable stands at the tree line.
Just happened to look out, and I seen the black figure standing in the woods. It was a lot bigger than a normal person would be, and I could see that it had like beady eyes. There were no white parts to the eye.
A towering figure, motionless, almost blending into the darkness, watching. The man claims its eyes were small, black, and unblinking, fixed directly on him. He said it just stood there, silent, as if measuring him. He didn't dare get closer. You can almost feel the tension in his breathing as he films, unwilling to take another step. What he captured, he says, was the closest he could safely manage. And according to him, this wasn't an isolated incident. In the interview, his voice trembled as he explained what's been happening since. They're close to me all the time now. They show up right after the sun goes down and leave only when daylight returns. He believes these creatures, whatever they are, stalk him nightly. They move in and out of the tree line, watching, waiting, sometimes brushing against the edge of the yard before fading back into the forest. For privacy, he never revealed his exact location, but his story echoes countless others from people living deep in rural or forested regions, claims of being watched, followed, even hunted by something massive and unseen. If it were me, I'd be long gone after the first sighting. But this man seems to have accepted his fate, living each night with the knowledge that something is out there, just beyond the trees staring back. Let's just hope he's still safe. This terrifying video was recorded some time ago but has recently gained attention, even though not many people have seen it. It was posted on YouTube with the title, "Sounds of Screaming Coming from Behind My House in the Woods at Around 2 a.m. on December 2nd, 2014. The person who uploaded the video lives near a forest in Virginia. While he is used to hearing odd noises from the woods, this was different. Let's take a look. Some viewers believe the girl in the video was shouting "Daddy" and calling for her father, while others are unsure. But it's clear that whoever it was, she sounded very distressed. Some comments also mention hearing an adult voice shouting, "Where are you?" although not everyone hears it. What was really happening in those woods? Many people who watched the video think the girl was being taken by someone or something. However, the man who recorded it said he checked the news for days afterward, hoping to find out what happened, but there were no reports. He mentioned that it was only a few days after Christmas, in the middle of winter, and the ground was covered in snow. It was also 2 a.m., far into the woods, and freezing cold. Considering all these factors, the man might have witnessed something truly horrifying that night. It's unclear if he ever contacted the police, as he didn't mention it in the post, but many assume he did. What exactly happened out there remains a mystery, and it seems we may never know the full story. This disturbing video was just posted on August 18, 2024. It comes from Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada. In my last video, I covered another convincing Bigfoot sighting from the same area, making it seem like Vancouver Island has become a Bigfoot hotspot recently. In this new clip, witnesses were walking by a small body of water when they noticed something strange.
It's not moving.
As they moved along the rocks and crossed the stream, they spotted a dark creature standing still, almost as if it was trying to blend in. When they zoomed in, they saw it had long black hair on its head, a very thin body, and long skinny arms. Some people suggested it could be a statue because it didn't seem to move much. But in the last few seconds of the clip, the creature shifts its position and lowers its head slightly, proving that it's alive. It's clear that this isn't human, but no one can say for sure what it is. Definitely a creepy and unsettling video. This mysterious video comes from Florida and was filmed in 2023. A man was standing on the shore watching a storm forming over the ocean. He was recording the dark, scary clouds when his video suddenly took a shocking turn.
Look behind you. Insane. Whoa, did you see that just shoot across?
Out of nowhere, something unbelievable happened. If you look closely, a bright light shoots across the sky at an incredible speed. The video's caption claims the object was moving at 2,000 miles per hour. Whether that's true or not, it's clear the light was moving extremely fast. They slowed down the footage, and what they saw left everyone wondering, what could have caused this? Many viewers think it could be something supernatural, though no one knows for sure. Others suggest scientific explanations like ball lightning. But this object doesn't have the usual shape or movement of ball lightning. Typically, ball lightning moves slowly, and it's obvious when you see it. But this was different. The man's shocked reaction in the video shows he wasn't expecting this at all. This video shows a completely unexplainable event. It was posted to TikTok on August 13, 2024. by a man searching for answers. Take a look.
But I feel pounding under my feet. And listen. What the fuck? It's coming from like under the ground. I can feel the vibrations in my feet. It's like dum dum dum. Like, what is that sound? It's coming from under the grass. Making me feel like I'm going insane or something. Like, it's loud. It just stopped. What the hell, man? What was that?
He says, I feel pounding under my feet. And listen, it's coming from under the ground. I can feel the vibrations in my feet. What is that sound coming from under the grass? Loud pounding and thumping noises can clearly be heard coming from below, and they seem powerful enough that he feels the vibrations through the ground. What could cause something like this? Could it be an animal? But nothing seems to explain it. I've never heard of anything like this before. I wanted to share this video because I have no answers. If you have any ideas, let us know in the comments below. A girl named Valerie shared this terrifying video on May 12, 2024. She woke up around 4 a.m. to strange rustling and movement outside her house. Feeling uneasy, she immediately checked her security cameras. What she saw would haunt her forever.
Hey, something traumatic happened that changed my life. Check.
On the footage, a pale, skinny humanoid creature is seen crawling up her driveway. The way it moves is disturbing and unnatural. It looks somewhat like a woman, but it's extremely thin, almost skeleton-like, and completely naked. The creature's torso is so unnaturally skinny that it doesn't seem human at all. Valerie, shocked and scared, contacted the police. They quickly alerted everyone in the neighborhood to stay on high alert and keep their doors locked, because no one knew what this creature was or what it wanted. What makes this footage even more convincing is that Valerie's TikTok account has no other scary videos. This is the only one she's ever posted like this, suggesting she wasn't looking for attention or fame. One of the most popular theories in the comments is that the creature might be a skinwalker, an evil spirit that takes on a human form to trick people, or maybe it's something entirely different. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. The Dyatlov Pass incident remains one of the most chilling, unsolved mysteries of the 20th century. A story carved into the frozen wilderness of Russia's Ural Mountains. In February of 1959, 9 skilled hikers from the Ural Polytechnic Institute set off on what was supposed to be a routine winter expedition. They never came back. Weeks later, search teams reached their last known location, and what they found was beyond comprehension. The hikers' tent had been slashed open from the inside, as though they had clawed their way out in sheer panic. Their footprints led into the night, barefoot, half-dressed, scattered across the snow in sub-zero temperatures. One by one, their bodies were discovered over the following weeks. Some had simply frozen where they fell, but others suffered horrifying injuries, shattered skulls, crushed chests, and one woman missing her tongue and eyes. Speculation erupted immediately. Theories ranged from avalanche to psychological breakdown, but none could explain the violent trauma or the eerie details that followed. Near the campsite, rescuers reported finding massive, unidentified footprints in the snow, tracks that didn't match any of the hikers' boots. Early Soviet reports even made a brief mention of a snowman, though that word was later scrubbed from official files. Then came the most haunting discovery, a photo taken by one of the hikers shortly before their deaths. In the frame stands a tall, dark humanoid shape watching from the tree line. Its outline is unmistakably unnatural, almost beast-like. Some believe the group stumbled across something ancient and territorial, a yeti, a guardian of the mountains, that drove them into madness and death. Skeptics dismiss this as folklore, suggesting natural causes or government experiments. But local legends tell of wild man-like creatures that roam those peaks, seen by generations of hunters and travelers. Whatever truth hides beneath that snow, one thing is certain: something terrified those hikers enough to flee into the freezing night. And no one ever came back to tell us what it was. This brand new video was released on August 9th, 2024. It shows a couple hiking through the South Chillicotton Mountains in British Columbia, Canada. The area is vast and isolated, as you can see in the footage. While they were deep in the woods, the woman suddenly noticed a massive wolf in the distance. And when we say massive, we mean unbelievably huge. Take a look at the footage. You can hear the shock in their voices.
There he is. God, it's incredible. That's for sure Grizz, right? Really? Really?
Did you see how it stopped?
Yeah, it's stopped right now. Yeah. Oh.
The wolf looks enormous, even from far away. If it appears this big on camera from such a distance, then it must be a truly monstrous size. You can see its long legs and how it towers over the trees around it. The couple was stunned and couldn't believe what they were seeing. The woman even mistook it for a grizzly bear at first because of its size. Why was it out there alone, without a pack? Could there be giant, mutated wolves hiding in this remote wilderness? Wolves far larger than we can imagine. It's a frightening yet fascinating thought. What do you think? This next clip might look like something out of a nightmare. It was posted to Instagram on September 14th, 2025. A short video that's been making people's skin crawl ever since. A man was driving down a lonely stretch of road when something long and sinuous slid out of the grass ahead of him and stopped, blocking his path. At first, it looked like a trick of the light, until the hood flared wide. A king cobra. This creature isn't just another snake. It's the world's longest venomous serpent, and one of the most intelligent reptiles known to science. Native to the dense jungles and forests of Southeast Asia and India, the king cobra can reach lengths of over 13 feet, with some terrifying specimens growing beyond 18. Despite its massive size, it moves with eerie precision, gliding effortlessly like liquid shadow across the ground. When threatened, it rises, lifting nearly a third of its body upright, towering tall enough to stare a full-grown human directly in the eye. In the video, it does exactly that for a fleeting moment, before lowering itself again, perfectly aware of the camera watching. King cobras aren't mindless killers. They're cautious, calculating. They strike only when they have to. But when provoked, their response is devastating. A single bite can release enough venom to bring down an elephant, or 20 human beings. It's not the most toxic venom in the world, but the quantity is unmatched. A flood of death in seconds, graceful, intelligent, deadly. The king cobra is proof that sometimes nature's most beautiful creations are also its most terrifying. This trail cam footage is sure to catch you off guard. A man named Jack Allen Walters Jr. had a trail camera set up in his backyard. His camera was the kind that records video, and one day he decided to check the footage. What he found was strange and left him puzzled. At first, Jack thought something like a leaf or stick might be blocking the lens. But when he went to check, he was met with something much more unexpected. A huge wood spider sitting right in front of the camera. If you don't like spiders, this sight will definitely give you chills. It seems the spider found Jack's camera lens to be the perfect spot to build its web, and it settled in comfortably. Of course, it didn't stay there for long. When Jack set up his trail camera, this was probably the last thing he thought he'd capture.